there.
Oh
And
God,
this
no!
is it. This is the very last ship.
Oh my God, I fell!
That's so fun to see.
Right here. You see this one?
Oh, you
Bobby?
died too.
I like ice cream. I like chocolate. I like pizza and cheese. I like Hot Pockets.
Oh, man.
Do you know who you're talking to? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read?
That dude is hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got him.
Now you dance. Now you dance, Steve. Now you just gotta dance.
Oh my God. Oh, to go flawless. Oh, finally.
So, welcome to Worst Fire Team Ever, podcast number 4. Episode 4?
Yep.
Or 5? 4.
It's 4.
4.
So you're on the wrong page.
No,
what
I know where we
happens
are.
to
No, I know where we are. So, hey, alright, so let's start off. Let's talk about some
Healthy Plan B discussion off
camera.
Off camera.
So, I want to talk about singing. We can talk about singing. There used to be a lot of singing.
Singing.
It was Griffin.
These are the worst fucking.
No. What
are
You are not on
There
point
used to
right
be.
here.
You are
No.
not. You are
Where did you
taking
write
this on.
this?
No.
This is the
Putting the
worst.
kibosh on
Dude,
this.
can I read
No,
some of the shit you
No.
I just gotta expose it.
No. All right, then let's talk about Ghost. Let's talk about Ghost.
What does that have to do with Destiny?
There's Ghost in Destiny.
Oh, the ghost, the actual
Yeah.
ghost?
Does that matter to you?
Dude, these are the worst topics.
Now let's talk about Ghost at the house. I want to talk about Ghost at the house.
That has nothing to do with
See how he did that?
Destiny.
You see how he did that? There's just a segue into getting that. So you know they got Ghosts of Destiny, and Steve believes in ghosts. Steve, go.
Who's the ghost?
Wait, but
ghost
here's.
that lives in here.
But you,
I don't
okay,
think
but
it's a
do have to
ghost.
say
I think
this.
it's just. I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's just your neighbor.
Who, Adam?
Well, I told no. But I told Steve, I'm like, dude, we've been living here a long time. We've never seen
No, it's
ghosts.
not on your
And then
side,
Steve
Craig. You're
gets
in the
angry.
middle. You're central. It's on the side. It's at Diego Lane.
But why would the ghost just be pissed off at them? Maybe that's the
Because it's
bigger
Colin's old unit. It's Colin's ghost. He was 90. He that's where he
But see,
lived.
they weren't the first ones to live there though, and nobody else
I
complained
know, but there's
about
some.
that.
Well, it's not him. It's some other old ghost that's fucking with them.
But here was the thing: you told me that the shoe. Okay, this shoe was in the dog's bed. There's dogs living there, and
yeah,
Steve
it was
said,
in a fucking closet. And the
Right.
dogs, it's impossible
But-
for the dogs to open the
"But you said
closet
it's
and move the
impossible
shoe.
for the dogs to get to the shoe, and you said it was up to your neck. But seriously, it was like
I
at
thought
knee
it was
level.
hire, Craig. But
All right. That's all I wanted.
So are you
to say.
saying the dogs are the? You're saying the dogs moved it?
I think the dogs got the shoe. That's what I said. At least that
Oh,
one.
God.
I think we solved
you
that
gotta
mystery.
be kidding me.
Why is it so
You're taking the side of the dogs?
I'm not taking anybody's
How
side.
da-
I'm
oh,
just
man.
saying. I'm just saying. Like it's a shoe in a dog bed, and the dog is about the height of where the shoe was.
No, dude, don't fucking try to fucking say it's the dogs, man.
I want to talk about this because Griffin was on the other day, and we had the ghost talk, and I thought it was interesting.
Well, you want to talk about our place being haunted?
Right. You think our place is
Well, if you
haunted.
think that's going to add to our Destiny podcast, then
Well,
yeah,
it
we can
is.
talk about it.
Well, that's where you play Destiny.
Yeah, that's where you play Destiny. No, we talked about it.
All right, there's a 93-year-old neighbor named Colin Drake. He's an old Hollywood actor who died, and now his ghost is haunting our place. Is that what you want me to
Well,
say?
come on.
Does he do
That's
like
such a good-
monologues in the bathroom?
No, he's moving keys and moving objects.
No, I just
and
think your
making-
place is so old that it's just rickety and it's falling apart. So every time you hear like, it's just
And here's the funny thing, though. is like-
your place is the Temple of Doom.
I mean, would you say it's like Little Cambodia?
Little Cambodia. How dare you? I mean, we do live in a trashy place.
Yeah.
Our place is like.
Is that good enough? I mean, do we?
No, I wanted to hit
You want
on
to go
some-
extensively?
No, I thought it was funny.
What the fuck, man?
On the podcast, you can put a thing
going
called
on
Steve
here?
Red Zone.
We can't talk about this. We can't talk about this.
Red
What, it has
Zone.
nothing to do with look at what's the screen. What it's on there? What's on there?
I live at the same place that you
Oh,
came
okay,
as
okay.
Ghost.
Oh,
so we pay
okay.
there.
So, okay, what do you want to talk about?
I thought it was
What,
funny.
like
I thought it was
stories, or-
funny. No, because this goes back to an overall about Destiny. This goes
And
back to
they actually are really good friends.
yeah, sometimes. No, this
But he
goes to
almost
an
killed his
overall.
brother with a knife, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Too nice.
He has no problem killing you.
So here's the thing. So going back to it is because we talk a lot, not just about Destiny when we play Destiny.
Yeah, we do talk about a lot of things when we play Destiny.
Exactly.
We talk about our girls.
Yeah,
we talk
yeah.
about
Movies.
How
You talk
successful I
about
am.
how successful Frank wants to be.
me.
You know, we talk about
Craig's hoarding.
my hoarding.
Hey, Craig, someone wants to know if you caught the shit bandit.
Who was it?
The
Oh,
shit
the guy
bandit.
that took a dump
The shit-
out front out of our house. I didn't. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't even
Craig,
look.
who's
I
shitting
forgot
in
about
my
it.
girl's parking spot,
Are you
man?
really surprised
Who the
that people
fuck
are
is
taking
taking
a dump
shits out there,
by
man?
your house?
Craig,
I
check the
don't know.
cameras, man.
I know. I forgot.
Are
Do
you
we
sure?
know the date? Do you know the date though? See, nobody
Craig,
gives me a
be
date.
honest, dude.
What do you think? I'm out there taking
What?
a dump in our fucking driveway?
Dude, if
Be
you are,
honest,
it's okay.
dude.
You can just say it. If
Well,
it's you,
I can
if
see.
it's you,
I
it's
can
okay,
see.
dude.
Wait.
I
can
know
see
where you
Craig
live. I
taking-
would just do it on your. Oh fuck! I got.
I can see Craig
exploded.
taking a dump because he can't get to his bathroom because of all his hoarder shit.
Ah.
Craig,
He can't get
Oh,
the, he can't get the
my-
bathroom
my
door
weight
open
joke.
because
Oh man, it's kind of true though. No, luckily I have.
because he's got a 84
At least I'm not-
Pac-Man game in front of his bathroom door.
An 84 pack. At least I'm not one of those dudes that's like,
He's got fucking-
I have the shitters full of stuff.
He's got
I haven't
fucking
gotten there
Tron.
yet.
Tron. Did you say Tron?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, so I guess the funny thing is the other day we talked about ghosts because you think the place is haunted. Well,
Well,
the
I'm not the
neighbors,
only one.
You're not the only one. I'm not saying you're
Okay.
the only one. The neighbors do too
What
because
neighbors?
our neighbors Diego and
ghost
Rain,
neighbors.
Yeah.
who
They live in Collins.
They
old
also
apartment.
hosted Steve's
Yeah.
party yesterday. They're
Yeah.
really nice people.
They're nice people.
Well, they
Um,
sound crazy.
No, they're
But they're not. They're not.
They're not crazy.
They're not.
No, but they did this thing where they have been seeing weird things.
Like
And the
what?
weird part is like, okay, so they thought they had a key that they couldn't find, and then all of a sudden it ended up in the door. Right? Was that one?
Yeah, on the outside of the door.
Right.
Sounds
So-
to me like they left the key in the door when they got home, and then closed the door. Then they couldn't find the key, and then realized, oh, you know, when we opened the
Possibly.
door.
But there's another situation where Craig had a movie night.
I had a movie
And
night.
they're
movie
showing The Changeling,
I love The
which you do
Changeling.
annually.
Not
He shows it every year.
Who comes? I want to know who comes to
I've
this.
already been 3 times. He
Just the
shows the
neighbor,
same
it's just
movie
Steve.
every year. He's like, hey man,
I showed you so much
Changeling,
stuff.
and he'll grab the DVD. Have you seen this? It's
Well,
like,
because we
yeah,
were-
motherfucker, I've seen that movie like 100
Because
times
we were
here.
watching Ghost stuff.
Okay, this
Well,
is
you
not,
made
this
us
is not
watch
gonna
the other
help
one,
The
the
Destiny
others.
podcast. Though.
Well, going back to it. So what was funny is then Steve says to me, like they had a shoe.
Okay,
They had a shoe.
they had a shoe
Go from their
that was
closet,
in their closet that moved to the doggy bed.
and they had 2 dogs at the time.
And okay, and so the 2 dogs, when they came back from Craig's, the 2 dogs were barking towards the bathroom, afraid to go over there. When they walked over into the bathroom, the fucking bathtub water came, just turned on its own. Right?
Right, the bathtub did.
The biggest thing I feel like though, especially with ghosts, it's like a snowball
They fuck
effect.
with
When
you.
someone
Sees something and it freaks
then
them
they
out.
start snowballing it. So you
Right.
start creating things that
I mean, it sounds to me like the shoe fell.
you know.
No, that's
And
that'd
then
be
the dog
impossible.
got it.
Well,
No.
here's the thing: is like so.
No,
Steve
because it was
says
in
to
a
me.
closet that was closed.
So Steve says to me, the
Was it
closet's
closed?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: Steve says to me, the closet's heavy and you can't open the door, which that's arguable. Might have been cracked open, but then he said the shoe was up here, and so I go there and I was
All
like,
right, it was down down there. But he was in like a Kia
This
shoe.
story.
I know.
What
What
are
are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's
this,
inconsistency
right?
in your story. Because you made it seem like it was like way at the top of the closet, now it's
You know
dog
what?
level.
You just debunked the whole thing. Thanks. Was that your fucking
Mythbusters!
like
Really
he's a
just
liar?
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That was
Okay.
just a funny part of like, because you get scared, and so was I. So was
Worst
your girl.
ghost story ever.
Now let's go on to the
Okay,
script.
Yeah, but that's part of it because we're talking about things we talk about. So I was saying
How
like,
does a ghost in Destiny relate to a real? I just don't
Well,
know
we
how you
had
did
that
correl-
conversation.
correlation.
we talked about this in Destiny, and
Oh.
Griffin said, "I don't believe in ghosts." That's what Griffin said.
Oh, you said that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm saying, I'm just talking about stuff we talk about.
Oh,
Destiny.
okay.
So then another thing I was gonna say is like me and Griffin, and we're not gonna get specifics, but we have a lot of political.
Yeah, because you
discussions.
bring up nonsense. He'll just bring up some.
So we have a lot of
Just to
political.
get people go, like you just did with him with the ghost. That's what you do.
Well, and okay, so from our standpoint, when Craig starts getting onto it about politics, that's when the chat dies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's talking.
Nobody except for me and Griffin.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, except for me and Griffin.
Griffin, like if there's an idea he wants to touch on it a little bit, he'll touch on it. But like it'll end.
Right.
But
And
you'll
then
keep
you'll
bringing it
keep
up.
going. You'll be
keep
like,
bringing it
I
up.
don't understand.
Yeah,
how you
Trump
say
is-
You don't like to give them
Guys, you know,
Trump,
Guys,
man.
Trump.
I don't want to get specifics. I'm just saying that the main thing is it's just funny.
Man.
It's just funny when we talk about. But then one day
We
we
get
were
quiet.
talking
Yeah,
about it.
we're
We don't
quiet
say
as hell.
shit.
But one day we were doing it and we got yelled at, and I was trying to remember who yelled at us.
Oh yeah, I left at that point.
Yeah, you got
So I
pissed.
was
But
like,
I
hey,
think it
dude,
was Gavin.
You're an R. It's like you're an R thing,
Right.
bro.
Right,
This
that's
is what
the
we
thing.
do.
This is
We yell, we fight, we do things. You don't come into our thing and telling us
Tell us what to do.
how to play.
Right.
That's
was
like
out.
why it's funny is because like even though we bicker and argue and debate, like it's still like our debate space and conversation space.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have good
In Steve's
conversations.
rage space.
Sometimes we don't. Sometimes Steve
I'm
gets
getting a little
angry.
bit better. I haven't done that in a while.
Because it's your girlfriend.
Yeah, she's
It's a girlfriend effect. She's
Mellowing
like
you out.
mellowing you out.
pulling you out.
I get it. You think about things differently.
Yeah.
So
Girls
it's not
definitely-
playing Destiny at all.
Right.
We're all just texting each other. You guys,
Anybody play-
Yeah, it gets really passive like that.
Anybody play
I'll be
Destiny
on,
3?
you can be on later. I might be on. But no one gets on.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be
That's
on
true.
at 30.
Well, it's been rough lately because now
Wow.
this goes to the beta. Because now that Destiny's 2's coming out.
Yeah, there's no events coming
There's
out.
not like anything to play.
Well, no, let's discuss something more important here.
Yeah.
Is neither I nor Steve enjoyed the beta.
I don't like this game.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I
Yeah,
bought it.
this game sucks, man.
It's not.
What
I'm
the
just
fuck?
not.
This
I'm not.
sucks.
What the fuck
I'm not
happened?
enjoying
This
this
game,
at
yeah,
all.
me too. I'm with you on that
I'm
one.
not
Griffin.
like the-
This
yeah,
game
I'm just not-
sucks.
I'm just
nuts.
not. I'm just not enjoying myself. This is just that same feeling I get. Like I'm shooting my gun at the guy that's shooting his gun at me, but I'm dying, and that person's got 80% health. I just don't get it. What? How is this guy still alive? Oh my god, dude.
Oh god damn it!
I just can't with this game.
Yeah, this game's not the
It's
same
frustrating.
as the first one. I know, dude. I know what you mean.
No, I think it's
I know what
exactly
you
the
mean.
same. That same bullshit.
Zone A lost.
Oh, fucker. My shield went away.
God, this fucking assholes.
You see, I'm done with this game because I'm sitting in a
why-
pool
what's going on?
I'm sitting in a pool of healing while I'm shooting at a guy, and I'm still losing more health than he. Oh God, I'm done. This shit is like I don't know what it is. I'm never gonna be good at this game, like ever. So, you know what I mean? It's like this is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I
You're
doing?
good at this game.
I feel like I'm somebody like trying to get into the NBA, and I just like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, no matter what I do, like I'm not gonna be able to fucking play this game well. Yeah, I'm really hating it because it's the same shit. I
Alright, see you
haven't used
guys
my
later.
I haven't
Alright,
used
good
my
night,
super
Stevie.
tonight at
Alright,
all.
good night, man.
You know that? I haven't.
I know, I don't even know how to
Thanks
use
for
the
playing.
Nova Bomb.
I didn't like
Well,
it
that's
at
where I
all.
was going.
I
That's
didn't
where
like
was
it.
I just
going.
didn't enjoy it.
That was why I had
I hope they
I loved it.
But.
What didn't you like about the beta?
Well, in defense of it,
It
though,
was
Steve.
clunky.
No,
it
no,
didn't
no.
feel right. I
No,
just don't.
Steve,
I can go on.
what it is, it would be like if we're playing Destiny. If we were playing Destiny with just the gunsmith guns,
Yeah.
because that's what it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
and that wouldn't be fun. Because those gunsmith guns are stupid.
Yeah.
And then this is, I mean, you could disagree, but because my girl plays Overwatch, and what I felt like was they took all the cool things from Overwatch and just implemented into Destiny.
Well, my only argument with that, and this is where I get
That's-
frustrated,
yeah.
as
like
a-
the fucking wall, the Titan fucking wall that you put. That's like,
As
dude,
a-
that's. I see
yeah, but here's the thing: as a nerd
No, but
gamer,
the Fallen do that. They stole that from the Fallen.
yeah. But let me get back
Oh,
to the,
well,
even before all
even
that.
Junkrat, like
Hold on,
that
hold on.
new. What's that new fucking
I
launcher
don't
you
know.
get? That
The
fucking
grenade launcher?
the grenade launcher. The
Well,
way you shoot it, it
But
feels
Stevie-
like Junkrat.
Stevie, here's where I get frustrated, and I'm not defending anything. I think Overwatch is a great game, but Bungie has been making these games since before the first
yeah,
Xbox.
that's true. That's true. Bungie has been made Halo and all these things.
And so
Marathon.
pretty much most
if anyone
all
copied
FPSs steal from each other.
Okay.
But if anything, I mean, Overwatch took from Bungie. I mean, Bungie. I saw Halo. I went to E3 with my buddy Chris back like when Halo first before it came out on Xbox.
one of the best games.
Yeah, and like
I love Halo.
And we waited
That's
2
first
hours.
one,
first one?
Yeah.
Yep.
First
We
Halo
waited
was
classic.
We waited 2 hours.
The Needler gun, I remember that.
The fucking pistol with a
That's
goddamn
why-
scope.
The,
Yeah.
the pistol in the first Halo was the most overpowered gun.
Oh, absolutely.
Like your
Never
second.
mind Halo.
I loved Halo.
It was fun.
It's similar. No, but going back to it, we waited 2 hours to see that at E3, and it blew my mind because it was on PC. It was before Xbox had come out.
Yeah.
And it was like you could see the bullet trails. Like I remember it so vividly, and you could ride in cars with your friends. You know what I mean? Stuff like that now we take for granted
Yeah.
was like really ahead of its time back then. So like so it's not that I disagree with you. I think they steal from each other, but I think that they're trying to find the new format. I mean, Destiny 2 is going to come out and it's going
Fun
to.
though, was it?
It
I
just
did, no, it wasn't
this
fun.
is-
Well,
this
we
is where
barely
I'm gonna
played
interject.
anything. We
This is
played a
where-
No, we
snippet.
played up
What-
No,
we
we were playing that Crucible stuff. I thought, oh, it's the same shit.
But like
It's the same thing where you can't shoot
And then they
people.
put the fusion rifle as a power weapon.
But you
and-
got to think at it this way though, because you think that's stupid, but at the same time, when the game comes out and you get your tryhards in Crucible, it's going to be the same.
It's gonna level the playing field out.
It's going to level the playing field. and
How? In
people
what
are going to
ways?
have to use primaries.
They all
and
have
the
to
time
get used
kill,
to it again,
The
just
time
like
to
we
kill is longer.
Right.
So it's more
Time to
of
kill's
focusing
longer.
on
Time to kill's
on-
longer. You know, it takes a fucking 5 hours to kill one person.
But you guys talk about being frustrated when you get just completely shit on. It's going to be harder to get completely shit on.
But
Yeah,
also,
'cause you can run now.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
you can run, and like I said,
Destiny,
you
you
have
can't
to
run
use
at
your
all.
primary. How many people in Destiny shade step with a shotgun and never use their primary?
A
That was a
lot.
big
Everyone,
fucking
right.
issue,
A
right?
lot.
How many people sit in their spawn and camp with a sniper rifle?
A lot.
You can't do that shit.
Oh, because
anymore.
the ammo
because
capacity.
Also,
it's power ammo.
also
and
You can't even revive
Yeah.
people in
not
this
only
game
that,
as much.
with the power ammo now, only the person that picks it up gets it.
Yeah.
So a team can't just hoard one spot, wait for ammo, and then get a bunch of ammo and run around with shotguns.
If I'm in
Oh,
front of the
true.
heavy,
Good
You
point.
mean the
Good
heavy
point.
side,
Good
yeah.
if
point.
I'm in front of the heavy and he's behind me, I have to wait for him to show up, and then we can both grab it.
Get the power ammo. Is it called power
Well,
ammo?
let's just go over like the things with the positives and the negatives.
Okay.
The
Okay.
positives I thought was I like how it looked.
I
I
love
thought it
it really
looked
good.
great, and I thought the gameplay was smooth.
So smooth.
I like that part about it. I just like you when you're shooting, you really feel. That's the one thing I like about Destiny anyway. Over all the
Yeah.
other games, is that
Yeah, it felt good.
feeling like whatever you're doing, it's doing it.
And
Yeah,
Bungie's good at that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's why Halo is
Yeah.
so smooth.
Also, like the thing though is like even when you get two of the same gun, the feel feels different, even if it's the same gun. Depending on the perks, you know what I mean? Like each
Yeah,
gun
yeah.
feels
Well, like-
different.
With this Destiny 2 or the
Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, it's still carried over. I feel like for
But
Destiny 2, it
there's
feels
something
like
about like the
But
Mida
it's the-
multi-tool.
It's the sounds,
There's nothing
though.
that feels
It's
that
also
way.
the sounds.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
also
that
like
gun
you know,
doesn't feel like
every
any
gun
other
has
gun.
every gun has a different sound
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
To the point that they did that. It was like I said, that's why they spent $500 million on the game, guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, then again, I mean, this is literally a snippet. It's a beta, so like they're already adjusting
No,
things.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, they're already adjusting things,
and-
and also like you have to think about it this way: when we were first playing Destiny, you didn't even play.
I don't even know the subclasses.
Right.
Literally, I just
But
stuck
that
on the
strike
Titan.
was boring though. That strike you do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
agree
was
with that.
boring.
I agree with that. I thought the story was kind of like whatever,
The
but
Cabal.
yeah, I mean, but it was a snippet. But going back to like when we first started playing Destiny, like we, you change, like you morph with the game. Your gameplay morphs with the game. Because like I remember I was using Monte Carlo. Then when they switched it over,
Hopscotch?
Right, I went to hopscotch because it was more stable and
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but they went
Stability.
from like auto rifles were
Right,
nothing,
right.
Then they went to pulse rifles, and then they brought the auto rifles
Right.
back, and they made them
Yeah.
more.
And I think that's the thing. It's just like it's balancing and finding your rhythm and like what works for the game. Now, I can't say it's going to be great because we don't know.
Well, and
But-
what I like about the two primary slot, like having an energy and a primary. What's cool about it is it's just gonna make it more diverse because they've already said they're putting more weapons in the game, but you'll
They say that every time.
They do, but
another
but
thing
with that style, you're constantly going to be switching between two guns.
Yeah.
And what I like about that, what I feel like they did good, is and they explained this in a video. Every gun has its purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but there's no
Like,
new rolls. It's all going to be the standard same roll gun everyone gets.
Well, and they're
Right.
doing
There's no
that.
new rolls.
No,
Yeah, there's no rolls where this one has
this-
range binder.
this is what
this
they're
one
doing,
does.
though.
It's all going to be the standard
This is-
shit you get.
This is
which is not cool.
Well, this is what they're doing though.
Yeah.
They're doing it. So I had a problem with that because I like the customization. I
Exactly.
like that reward of getting the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
But what I like,
that's not gonna happen
What I
in
like
this
about
one.
it, it's gonna make the game more competitive because you're not gonna have people grinding, getting god roll guns, and then just running everything. Everybody's gonna be able
Have
to
the same
have the
shit.
same shit.
It's gonna be more
And on
skill-based.
And on top of it, you get to adjust
But that's
your
gonna be
weapon.
horrible for us.
Yeah,
you
'cause
get-
I-
We're the
you-
worst
you-
fire
you-
team.
But you actually won some of those rounds.
You get
When we played, you actually did win, and Griffin got a lot of kills. I mean, but I agree that it's just different, and it's about adjusting.
And what they're doing, like for the customization side, because I like to customize, they're adding weapon mods. So like,
Oh, they are?
Yes. So what you do with your primary, it has its role, right? But essentially, these weapon mods, there's a bunch of mods, and you can grind for whatever mod that you want.
Oh, so it'll be the same thing.
And you can
I didn't know
Fix
that.
fix disability.
So you
fix
can,
the-
you can
basically-
adjust it. So you can adjust with one thing. It's pretty much like
Like
if there's
that.
a perk you want,
But
you
that's
can
not.
put it on.
You know where
have
they
to
got that
find
from?
the
You know where they
perk.
got that from?
That's Division.
Division.
Oh, they got that from the.
Yeah, 'cause that's what Division does. They have these
Yeah.
like. I'm telling you, Division's great too. It's like such a puzzle.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I bought it, got him into it. He hated it. Said
Well, at
he-
first you hated it?
Yes,
Yeah,
hated
so
it.
it's
Said he
like-
wasted his money, and then he got balls.
I still
deep
play. I
into
play
it.
it more than Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Destiny right now is like a waste.
I didn't know the mods.
Well,
so I
ever
take
since
that
they,
back. I didn't know about
ever since the
mods.
beta came out,
Right, because
everybody's
everybody
like-
wants to play the second one.
Right.
I mean, it's
Well,
coming out soon.
And like you said, they didn't have very much content at all. A lot of people's issues was, well, it takes so long to get my melee and grenade.
And when is it When is it coming out?
The
September 6th.
6th.
Oh, so
Next week?
By the way,
Yeah.
that means it's already came out. Like we just like
Right, when this comes out.
when this
it'll be
comes out, would have already come out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we should.
What do you guys
be
think
talking
about
We love Destiny 2.
What do you think about the
Well, that's the
4v4?
next. That's the next.
I like
Trials.
I
I
like
like
the
it.
4v4. I like the 4v4.
Does it even the playing field? out?
I just.
Oh, you think Trials is gonna be a 4-on-4?
Yeah.
It is. It will.
And
Yeah.
that's
All the
everything.
Crucible stuff is 4-on-4.
Yep. All
Yeah.
this. All the
Then why did they make the strikes for?
It's a good question.
But here's the other thing
Oh.
that bothers me though about that. Like I like multiplayer with 6v6. I like because now we can't all play.
We can't do sixes?
We can't do sixes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's my issue.
Well, it looks like we gotta start cutting one person, guys.
That's see what I'm
So you
saying?
guys are- no, I know. I don't like that part of it. That part of it
But
bothers me.
the-
But they might change that. You know, this goes
Oh,
back
I
to the
love
fact.
This is that's the beginning of the end for
Jumping.
Steve.
No, but I mean that
That's
goes
one of
back
the
to where
jumping
I
ones.
hope they change that because they've done that a bunch of times where they've done this or switched this or made this. I don't know why more people aren't complaining about that because to me that's a frustration.
I mean, they are, but from like the PvP standpoint, and looking, if I got to look at it from a game developer, they're like with Destiny. There's so many moving parts. There's always going to be something people have issues with. But the reason they're kind of catering towards PvP and making sure that it's balanced is because, like Eric said previously, when all the end game content is done,
Right.
people are going to play Crucible. It turns into a competitive game with like Trials. Trials is what kept Destiny alive. Without Trials, people wouldn't play it. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Without Trials
So-
and the Crucible, that stuff. Because then it's like you already finished the story, so now
Right,
what?
right.
But then what they found a way is like this whole grinding. It's like how every week it's like, oh, here's the daily. Because what they added to the daily missions now is that they added a burn, and you can get like, you get something. So it makes you go, oh, okay, I'll play this again.
Yeah.
Then you get kind of nostalgic when you play it now because you're like, oh, this is that mission from that we did like so long ago.
What I like because the way they said it. Have you guys ever played like Final Fantasy VII?
Oh yeah.
Remember? Okay, do you remember, like on the open world map, you fought Sephiroth, that was the end of the game, right? But then they had the weapons, which were like crazy hard bosses that were harder than the end of game content. Like they were almost like you had to be like the most powerful you could possibly be. That's what I feel like they're doing with the patrol. They're adding these lost sectors where like you can go in, but you need a fucking stacked fire team, and it's hard as fuck. So like they're adding,
Destiny 2?
yeah. So they're adding.
How'd you find this information?
It's all on video.
Oh.
So like they're adding.
Is it like an Archon Forge, but like everywhere?
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. There's hidden
On
like
every-
dungeon. There's
I like that.
There's
Yeah,
like
that'd be nice.
World of Warcraft. You
But
know,
we can't patrol together though. Still.
instances.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you can with 4, right? Can you patrol?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What
I
the
know that
patrol
there was.
limit
I
is.
saw something the other day, and I'm not sure it was online.
Yeah.
But they
Well,
were doing
when it's
a
coming.
public event with multiple people.
Well, yeah, I
And,
mean,
like, they
patrols you
happen
can
more
still
often.
run into other people, but I think Fireteam 4 patrol is still going to be 3.
I don't know.
I
I mean,
hope
but I do still think that like 4 people playing multiplayer still. I wish they'd kept some of it 6. Just for the fact that like more of us can play together.
Well, and I think they did it because a lot of people complain. Like a lot of PvE players are complaining because they don't like that it's being catered to competitive PvP. But keeping a game around for a long time,
Right.
It has to have.
But I
some
mean,
sort
here's
of
the thing. Like, I
competitive-
get like if you want to make the raid 4 people, cool, because it was always so hard to find
the raid's
6
still
people.
6.
Well, see that's ass backwards.
But
Yeah, I agree with you.
But you got to look. They put the clan stuff, the in clan,
Right.
in the game now. So like they have matchmaking for raids.
Right, I get that. They have
Oh,
the
they do?
Yeah, they have matchmaking.
And
but that goes back to our
I
point
don't
of
wanna
playing
play
with
with a random
people.
dude.
Right.
But the
I don't
thing,
even- you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
the
I don't
random
wanna be
people
matched up with
thing.
some guy I don't
But
even
you know what? I would say this, like on Division, for instance, they had this thing called incursions, and those would be like the hard, like it'd be equivalent to Destiny would be like the raids or super hard strikes. But what happens though is that you have to talk to people.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, because you can't do this. Like they just added something in Division right now where they added a whole new level of like, where like let's say if you shoot somebody in the head, if someone else shoots that person in the head, it'll be an instant kill. So it's like forcing people to actually work
I'll shoot
together.
now.
Yeah, working,
Like-
forcing people to work together. So I think that like that's the same thing in like Destiny,
Destiny,
where it's
yeah.
like you know, so you're playing a raid is something you have to be talking.
well, and
You have to.
the problem is that a
Have
lot
to.
of people that play Destiny that don't have the friends to do the raids. A lot of people didn't do the raids. So the reason they added this, and they added
Even people that had friends didn't do the raids.
right.
Yeah.
But like, what's cool about this is they notch like on your clan. Like you get gear through your clan for doing like deeds kind of. And there's an option where if you go in matchmaking and you help someone complete a raid, it tracks it and it adds experience to your tally. And then at the end of a season, it gives you crazy loot.
Well,
so
that-
you get loot for helping people. So it's gonna
think
make
that
the
part's great.
community not as toxic.
Yeah, it's gonna be strong.
You know,
Yeah,
I think
I
it'll
think
be
that
a
part's
strong-
great. I love the matchmaking in the raid, but going back to just a regular PvP, I still don't like that's 4v4. Because I mean, for
me,
us, like right now, we can't play as a team.
we can't play as a team, and you don't know if like later on they'll change that. I understand why they're going for the competitive.
I mean, the
side
good
of it,
news is Frank will
but,
fall asleep early, so like
True.
it won't be that
About to do it
hard.
right now. No.
but I mean, think about it. With how many people are going to be on Destiny 2,
Right.
we can stay in the same part. We can still be in teams of 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as cool because
But we have a lot of people though still.
But we got
Still
Gavin.
Arrow, Gavin.
And
Arrow,
when
yeah.
Destiny 2 comes out,
They got a lot of
all
friends
these
there.
motherfuckers are going to be on. All of them.
Yeah,
Mesh
of course,
yeah.
of course.
You know?
Now, should we learn the hand cannon? What do you think will be the OP weapon? Because I'm trying to learn hand cannons.
This shit's fun as
thoroughly.
hell because when we
I need
played
to
the
learn
beta,
that shit.
we played the beta, right?
Yep.
And once again, Craig's trying to tell me about pulse rifles. I actually got a little annoyed about this because
Oh, you?
yeah, no, he's like, what was the name of the one you used? It was the energy one. It was
Yeah,
an
I
Omlon.
The
know.
nightshade or
No, I said the
He was
nightshade was
Nightshade,
better.
yeah.
I said
Okay.
the nightshade was better because it had better perks and it's fast.
I said
or-
it was. I forget what it was called. It started with like an M. It was
Yeah,
like the-
something. But
yeah.
I'm telling him, like, Craig, try the nightshade. He's like, I don't like it as much.
The
And then
pulse?
somehow we talk about it. He's like, but Coke, you don't use pulse rifles. I do. I'm like, so you're saying I can't use pulse rifle? I got red zone like Steve,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I'm like,
He did.
oh,
He
I'm like,
switched.
fuck this. So I switched to nightshade. With halfway through the game, I was 18-0. Fucking lasering.
Yeah, he's good
motherfuckers.
with guns.
Yeah, he's good with that. But
I know.
That's just being good. That's just being in middle. Wow, you know,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
what about this? No. I'm not gonna. I can't.
Oh.
What am I gonna say? We know Coke's the best. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like Kobe. It's like on our team. It's like, oh, he's
Yeah.
terrible. No, but where I did kill him once.
But he has that monitor.
Where I did kill him.
He does have the monitor.
Oh, we'll get to that. But I did kill
Let's
him
talk
once.
about the monitor.
When we did all melees.
Laylock and
When we did all melees, I did kill Coke.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
All
We
right.
played Destiny. We did a match. It was with the annoying guy, I think.
Yeah,
right?
the
The
annoying
sticky
guy.
grenade guy. We played a private match where we could do nothing but melee. Okay. So of course, what's
Oh.
Shoulder charge.
Shoulder charging. Okay. I'm
Oh,
using.
this is part of the story we didn't hear.
I'm
Yeah.
using
I
a
killed
hunter.
him.
I'm using a gunslinger.
What are you
A
gonna do?
throwing knife.
What are you gonna do?
Throwing 2 of those won't kill unless I hit 2
You can still use
consecutive
grenades.
headshots.
We were still a lot of
What?
grenades.
A trip mine?
I'm just saying.
And I can't shoot? Like, and a trip mine doesn't one hit kill either.
I'm just making the point that.
So he's
if it
got a
was
shoulder
coming to
charge and 1 hit
melees,
kills. He's bragging
You would
about
win.
it.
Is that what
And
you're
I'm
saying?
like,
I'm a melee king.
you didn't win, the other guy won, didn't he?
Yeah, but we both got. We beat.
we both scored higher.
Well, I mean, mine was like 14, and you
I
guys
was the
3.
worst. I was the worst. But
Yeah.
because my class, it fucking sucks. There's
I
no
know.
way I can kill. There's no way.
I'll
I
still
can kill.
take you one-on-one Titan melee.
No.
All right.
I remember we played a private match, and he. The annoying thing with Craig when you watch him play,
Just
we
run.
play-
He runs
just
towards you.
He doesn't use his
That's
gun.
what you do. You run.
Once-
You just
once-
run. Yeah,
once-
you always run.
once-
No,
once-
he's running.
Once shoulder charge is in Craig's mind,
He's
That's it.
running.
He's
That's
set.
true.
He's
I do
running.
like the shoulder charge.
I
But now
saw
it
you do
doesn't even matter because they gimped it. So it's like.
Well, they give the fusion grenade.
Yeah, but they gimped it before. I'm saying like they've gimped it since the beginning. Like because it used to auto target a lot. Like you used to run, and then I could hit dudes that were turning left or going right. Now, like Frank saw, you
You
just
gotta
like
hit him straight on.
yeah, you have to be like right in front of them, and you have to hit them straight on. And then now in the new one, they gimped it hard. Like it doesn't kill anybody.
But you know, with your Fist of Havoc, which
Well,
is
because
cool,
it's-
you could
it's
continuously
supposed
do
to be
it. It'd
used.
be like a roaming.
What they
super.
want people to do, they
It's a
don't want
roaming
people.
super.
They don't
Yeah,
want
I know,
people
but-
waiting around corners
but
and
you
then
don't
one
need-
hitting people.
Right.
They changed that, so like.
I
now
get it.
But the
you gotta
question
first-
though is that after you do the shoulder charge, it doesn't kill people. Are you so vulnerable that you're just gonna die right away?
Usually, yeah, they were.
You
probably-
might be,
And
but
that, but that's then it's pointless. They're gonna have to fix that.
the thing is,
Right.
what it's designed for is you're supposed to weaken them with your gun, and if you're about to lose a gunfight, then you can finish them with a shoulder.
Yeah, but the
or
problem
you
with the
can
shoulder
hit him,
charge is
take
you-
down the shield and then shoot him.
See, but here's the
But
thing.
if you to get up,
Right.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
just
you-
you can't just
yeah.
go from 0 to shoulder
Right.
charge,
You
and they're
have
already
to-
shooting you.
Exactly. That was my thing. Is like you have to
They're
go
gonna
with
fix that. There's
speed.
no way they're gonna keep that like that.
You know, but then, let's go to supers because like here's one thing that I'm pissed at. You told me is that they're bringing back the stupid Stormcaller.
They're bringing back all those subclasses.
And I
so
can't
in the,
stand Stormcaller.
in the base game, we get 3 subclasses for all of them.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 2.
Well, the Warlock has
A
a new
lot
one
of
with
people
the
thought it was going to
sword.
be 2 because they only let us play 2
Right.
on the characters on the beta,
Right.
and they kept it a secret. But then they just released that now they're all of them: Stormcaller, hammers, and
Revive.
Shadow Shot.
Oh,
Shadow Shot.
Shadow Shot.
including.
In the
Yeah,
game.
but they got rid of. But they
Oh,
did
so
get
they
rid
just
of.
added one new one. That's it.
Well, they
The
just
Warlock has a
they
sword
played
now.
it off because when Destiny 1 came out, we all got 2 subclasses for each one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the speculation was that they were going to do the same thing, and they weren't going to add the 3rd subclass until a DLC. But that's
No, they're like, we're gonna add the third one.
It's going to have all.
We're gonna add
It's
them
going to
in.
have all.
But they got rid of. What did they get rid of? They got rid of.
Well, Fist
Well,
of
they
Havoc is a
changed-
roaming super. You can
Fist-
use it.
See, but when
Over
you
and
say
over.
that, but when you say that, it's weird because now the supers. Now I know they're adjusting it, but they take longer to build.
Yeah, you'll probably
Now,
only get
so
one.
right, or
But
two
they
or
gotta fix
two.
that, too.
So
Yeah.
So when the
So the
beta
roaming's
came out,
really-
they said that was months old. Like that was a build they knew that they were going to put out, but it wasn't even the game of what they had at the point anyway.
Right.
So one issue they had is everybody got their supers, and even if you were getting a lot of kills, you wouldn't get your super. Everybody got their
Yeah.
super at the same time at the end of the game. So they changed that, but you also got to take into account, people were complaining about grenade energy, not having as much grenade
Power,
energy.
yeah.
But you got to think, in a beta, none of the armor helped with any. Like
No, it was
we
all
have
speed.
armor,
It was
we
all
have
speed.
armor. We get grenade back every 25 seconds. So we're used to that in Destiny 1. So when we play Destiny 2, we're like, fuck, we never have grenades.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be armor that
It was like
increases.
it was like the beta was like playing with blue armor
Yeah.
and gunsmith guns.
Yep,
Right.
yep,
Yeah. So that's why I was kind of, and I thought about that, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it was like I thought that the actual game, the game stuff was boring. I thought that the
like the PVE.
yeah,
strike.
yeah. I thought the strike
agree
was
with that.
boring, and I
Yeah.
thought that I even thought that the Crucible stuff was boring. I thought the maps were too small.
Yeah.
Like one where you do the flag thing, it was like a figure eight.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
this little small area. Then it's like
Yeah.
after a while, you're always doing the same thing.
Same shit.
The
In a
same thing.
circle, going in a
Everybody's
circle.
going to this spot.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to that spot. So
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I
and
agree with
that's
that.
something you get. Like, I mean, we'll just have to see when the map.
But I guess there's going to be more Crucible games though. You're not all. They only gave you 3
Yeah.
to play on the beta, so we were just playing.
What do you
it so
think about
much.
the healing aspect, which they kind of took from Overwatch?
Oh, the Warlock one?
Yeah, you,
Well, okay,
you could
so
heal. You could either
what I take
do
ab-
one thing or the other that overpowers your
What-
weapon, or you could heal.
What I take about all the abilities is like it's just kind of one of those things like they want the same game, but they want to add. You want something different.
Yeah.
You don't like if you're gonna sell another game.
Yeah,
a lot
you-
of people won't buy it if it's just the same fucking.
They're not
game.
gonna. Yeah,
You
they're
gotta-
gonna get new people.
Yeah,
Well, what I
You're
like
just
is I
buying a new
wanted
DLC.
all those
Yeah.
what do you call it? I wanted all the weapons that the enemies had. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like it's like that's what I'm saying. So that one bubble is just like that's what the Fallen were using all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you're shooting at a Taken, and then whoop, they put that bubble up.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
They-
Halo 3.
They
too.
gave
Yeah,
that
that was
to
Halo 3.
the Guardians now. That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I wanted those weapons. Like remember the Lord of Wolves shotgun?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
sick.
that was
That was
like
Bob's weapon.
I know, but it was like because they had that
Yeah.
because those fallen captains had that shotgun that
OP.
tracked.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I want that gun.
Yup.
Yeah, I want a
Yeah.
boomer. I want a boomer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
The boomer, yeah.
It'd be great
Yeah.
if you could pick up the fallen weapons. Like a weapon goes on the ground. You should be
Yeah,
able
that'd
to
be
pick it
cool.
up.
Yeah,
Halo
you can
style.
modify it maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Not
Halo.
even, and then like that is.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, like even back on the abilities, I personally as a hunter, I liked it because I hate shadow shot. I don't like that so far. So now that
But it's back though.
it's back, but like me, I can as a gunslinger, the hunter ability is
Why
the
do- why
shade
do-
step, so I can shade step as a gunslinger.
Yeah,
which
now
I
it
like.
reloads.
What?
Now it
You
reloads.
double
whereas-
B?
But I can't. You can't spam it.
Yeah.
So now people can't just fucking like
Do it over and
roll
over.
Yeah, it's
You only do it once when you're about to die, you do it, get out.
But also,
Yeah.
now there's things where it's like it'll reload
your
the
gun
weapon or
automatically.
sort of like-
And
Oh, really?
I thought it was underwhelming. I was like, this is kind of weak for the hunter. But in PvP, it worked a lot. Because
Yeah.
time to kill's not as high. So like Eric said, you can run. Shade step works really well for like getting the fuck out.
You
of
never
it.
know, 'cause that's
if
one
you-
thing on Destiny. Like in the first one, you have to fight and die because as soon as you turn your back, you're dead.
You're dead. Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no escape.
Yeah.
I don't. Right? You
Yeah.
never can escape.
Yeah.
That's why I
That was
like
true.
this. You get to make, and they said this perfectly. You get to make the call whether are you going to take the risk to get in that gunfight and try and outshoot them, or you have enough time to make that decision. Like I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm about to die. Which I think is it. That's more of a skillful thing than just going somewhere and there happens to be
Yeah.
3 people and you're
Judgment thing,
fucking
yeah.
dead. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, the main thing to do is it's just new, so we have to get used to it. I mean, it took us a while to get used to the first Destiny. I mean, you did, like I said, we were talking about. You guys didn't even play. I think I played with Griffin PvP a lot.
Dude, I was
before- in the
so
beginning.
Yeah, we were
Dude.
playing because him and
Control
I was
and
late
everything,
in
and-
PvP. I was
yeah.
really late.
And then Bob didn't either. You guys didn't start
Yeah, we
playing
never, yeah.
for a long
We got
time.
Bob into it because remember we're like,
Yeah.
oh man, we're all playing together.
But to me, that's like the biggest high. I mean, that goes back to trials. I mean, even though we're terrible at it, it's like
We're
also,
late.
but it's also like the biggest win and the biggest loss. Like if you lose in trials, you're so pissed. But if you win, it's like yes.
It's not the losing in trials. It's not the losing that's frustrating. It's how we lose.
like getting
Oh,
curb
yeah.
stomped.
It's just like they just
Yeah.
come
Right.
and like
And
you're like you were talking
yeah.
about like, hey, let's do pow pow grenades, pow pow,
Yeah.
headshot, you know.
No,
And
that's
then
true.
we're just like, okay, let's go to the right now. Go to the right, pow pow pow, headshot, grenade. Then you go, then it's like it's heavy round. Let's get the heavy. No, they got it.
Yeah.
Grenades, fucking rocket launcher.
That's true.
And then the next round is they got their supers. They
Or
were
they're
dead.
camping and we have to figure out should we move?
Yeah.
But they're like on the other end and it's just I hated
I
that.
remember,
feel
when
like it's
I remember
way to
in
fire
Destiny
time.
1 when I first started playing, when you were doing like, just the PvE stuff, I would use a hand cannon.
Yeah.
Because it's the most powerful gun.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right,
you
right.
You can pow pow.
You have to
see.
pace your shots too. I didn't know that. I thought I was
It's
so used to
timing.
Yeah.
but now it's like boom.
The gun that
Boom.
I thought that
Like, you have to
they never fixed. I think the biggest gun I have a problem with is a scout rifle. Because if you look at the damage that you're supposed to achieve on a scout rifle,
Yeah.
it's not done properly.
Well, I feel like the
'Cause I got-
bars they have it all fucked up.
Yeah, because
Like,
a
it doesn't make sense.
scout rifle, if it's like this high much damage,
Right.
that should be a 2-shot kill
Yeah.
with a scout rifle.
I feel like
it should be pat pat.
I feel like
Yeah.
all the weapons
Yeah.
should be on the same like level. Like the hand cannon's high, The Scout should, they should all be on the same level. I think they all just...
The Scout rifle should have been more closer to what a pulse rifle and an auto rifle is, considering the damage that it actually did.
Right.
Because it wasn't doing that damage.
Yeah, I agree. And they changed
you're right.
They changed the loadout of the weapons. They're completely different now. Like the way they
the way
measure the bar. I
think it goes off energy. Like, you know how they have the kinetic energy, or they
what is that all about?
That's how they're separating the weapons.
Oh, okay. So
that's why you'll have like submachine guns in both.
Yeah.
And this is what I like in PvP. This was actually a good idea too. So that you got the kinetic and you have the energy weapon. They made it so energy weapons do more damage to supers.
Oh.
So like
if you have a solar weapon,
it's
a solar.
If you want like an energy hand cannon, because like there's roaming supers and hand cannon is the most damaging thing. You can have that because that solar and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to match what the subclass is. Energy weapons in general do more damage to supers. Wow. So it's another judgment call. It's another judgment call. Like, oh shit, there's a super coming for me. I'm switching.
I mean, can I kill him or should I
get out?
The fuck out of
Right.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's just different gameplay. I mean, we're going to have to get used to it. I mean,
it's a fun game. That's what we play. So we're sitting here talking about it.
I mean, I will say, like, for
17 hours.
Yeah, exactly. No, I will say for me, though, like, the gunplay, that's what's integral about Destiny, and that's where Halo also is, like, a master of first
That's where they
person.
excel.
Right. Because, like when you play other games, there's, like, almost a rubbery feel sometimes to the gunplay, or it doesn't, like, Halo, I mean, Destiny felt very precise. You know what I mean? Like if you miss a shot, you blame yourself. You don't blame the game all the time. You'll be like, "Fuck, like, how did I miss that?" You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. That's where they really excel. I mean, aside from like playing together and everything else, that was like always a big thing because the weight of the guns felt good and like And like a lot of games, they feel a lot of games. Like I liked Overwatch, but Overwatch feels very cartoony and kind of gamey.
I just brought that up as a comparison.
I wish they would change this thing where, like, you're roaming around like on the Cosmodrome or wherever you are, and then like you go to another area, and then like it's like you're on a new server.
Yeah. It was an instance.
Right.
Like you could feel it loading up.
Yeah.
But
then, like, because you maybe, like, you might... You remember how, like, we were always trying to get, like, 6 people at the Court of Oryx? Like,
so you have to jump.
Right. But then, like, so now we found each other on, like, the opening part. We're like, oh, we did it! And then you start going, and then you disappear.
Right. Yeah. It's
I always wanted to get, like, what the hell was that? Like, what
I think
was that
it was.
about?
I think it was, like, a server change.
No, because that's how it was. It's like in World of Warcraft, there's instances,
Right.
So you go to a dungeon, and then you go to a dungeon. You're in the same dungeon, but it's 2 different rooms and
servers. Yeah.
So that's how it was. You can always tell because it'd be those long like walks and stuff. You could just see them disappear, and you're like, oh, I'm in between.
Could I hit on that? The one thing I wish like that I know because we don't pay attention to it, but it's just too much is the loading screens. I wish there was more of something or like visuals.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. We're talking about the amount of graphics that is being rendered in that game.
I know, but
there's just no way to like they made it a fun little like, oh, your ship is flying,
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, even like 20 pictures of the ship flying or doing something.
Okay. Speaking of that, what I can't stand is what they should have is during the loading screen when you're going, like, I wish you should be able to do stuff. Like that's the point.
Oh, like on your menu.
Yeah, stay in your menu. Because you're in the menu, then it's like, it lands, then it flashes you back, then you go back again.
Right. Yeah,
and then a Bravo team.
You have to do it in that window.
Yeah.
That specific time you can do it for like 5 seconds.
What's cool though? What's cool about Destiny 2 too is
Tutu.
Destiny 2.
You don't have to go to orbit to go somewhere else. Now you can pull up the map and just go somewhere else.
Right. Originally, Originally, I'd heard they were going to try to make it more seamless. Like, you go to a hub station, and you just go everywhere, and like. But I'm sure it's tough. I mean, there are limits to technology.
Yeah.
Well, even with that though, going someplace else. See, the orbit wasn't necessarily about traveling from place to place. The orbit was a place that you meet up with your fire team.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what that's about. So
what they're talking about is like if you're doing the story, you can go from that mission, you're done with it, you can pull up your map and go to the next one.
Oh,
gotcha. You don't have to
go back
to
the
orbit.
Go to the
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
going to orbit sucked. Because that would take so long.
How much we play the game, it takes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I get frustrated with that. Because when you like factor in the amount of time you're on loading screens or going to the map.
We should have showed our stats. What that's what you should do right now is. On the screen, look how long each of us have played.
No, because it'll just be sad.
Scary. Yeah, that would be really.
Like, I mean, my parents will cry.
Can you do that?
Like, why?
You think your parents are gonna watch this?
Can you do that?
They won't even understand it.
You can look those up.
Yeah, but I don't want to show that. Well, we know how much we
should.
play.
No, let's show it
All right,
Yeah.
fine. I'll show it.
right now.
I want to see the KD. I just want to see the KD.
Oh, this guy.
I want to see if I've improved because I don't know if
I think I know you know. I'll say this. See, this we used to bitch because when we were definitely play. No, when we played
I
trials.
couldn't get a kill.
I know when we played trials.
This tar commander.
When we played trials, you would complain because we weren't getting kills, and then like you didn't remember you, but you didn't snipe at first. You're a lot better than you. First.
Oh yeah, you're so much better.
You didn't play PvP. You didn't use sniper rifles. You didn't use different
Yeah, I
guns.
didn't
You
know what I
didn't
was
do.
My favorite was like, I got a kill! I got a
What,
I
what, do you,
sniped
what, do you,
him!
what do you think about the like now assists count towards your KD?
Oh,
They
you
count
like
as
that?
kills.
Because
Yeah,
I'm not
finally.
trying to be mean, but you would say that line.
I
a
know,
lot.
I
You'd
know,
go,
I know.
"Yeah, I got the assist.
Well, no,
on that.
because you know why?
I got the assist
Because
on that.
I'm with
I
you on
assisted
that.
that.
Yeah, but I have to say for the three
Oh,
amigos.
look at that. Look at the countdown.
Nah, shit,
That's
10
how,
days.
that's how far away we are from it.
10
today.
Yeah.
days.
10 days.
Yeah.
This is when we did this, 10 days.
But
little countdown.
So that counts.
But I think
So it's a
you
collective kill.
You
like
me
that
and
chick's
Griffin.
turning
I noticed
18.
so, like,
Yeah, what
it's
it
a
is.
collective
Team shots,
kill.
Yeah, you get
get
credit
points.
for a kill. Yeah.
But you, me, and Griffin, I will say, like that was
I think
like
they had one
we
for the
do
whole
get a
season.
lot of assists.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because
So-
Coke, because I mean, maybe it's not always justified, but like Coke will get like a 2-hit kill, and like
What's your secret, man? Just tell us.
You've seen me play.
What's your secret?
You've seen me play.
No, what's your
What's funny is when I came over,
You don't ask
I
for
have my
recipe.
I have my girlfriend
Eat the
here.
dish, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're on vacation. I took time to go over to Steve's apartment.
I just
and
wanna
do
see
Iron
him
Banner
play.
for him at his house.
I was just watching him play.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, what
and
are you
I
doing?
showed you some of my tips and tricks.
The thing with his trip mines, he knows strategically where, like
Yeah.
above a door, he'll
Yeah,
know a
someone's
person
walking
is
through.
going to come out, so he'll place it right above the door. I'm like, how'd you know that? I wouldn't.
but also his aim is really good. I mean, he's very
Yeah,
quick.
are you? Well, what's
Yeah,
up
you've
with
got
this
some kinda-
monitor? Like, do you have a special
It's
gaming
got some kind of
monitor?
hand-eye coordination,
Well,
too.
Yeah.
He's a
Fighter.
fighter.
Gaming
Yeah.
monitor, gaming. I just noticed, like, I mean, it's common sense. Any smaller screen, and the monitors are really sharp, but any smaller screen, it's all in front of you, and you can see. I don't have to like move my eyes to see something in my.
Yeah, I find myself being better on my little
You know
thing,
what I'm
too.
saying? If we're, it's called like.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, like, what, we voiced him in all of a sudden?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like if I'm
It's the
playing on a
first-
projector like
yeah,
this,
you have to look around.
I'm doing this, and that's just enough time for me to get killed.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
because
You
it's,
get hit, you
it's
flinch.
fast reaction time, right?
Right.
So that
Yep.
small monitor helps a lot, just because I don't have to use my periph like that, and I don't have to move my eyes. It's all.
People think
it's all
big
right
screen's the
there.
way to go.
No,
I don't know.
no.
Well, also
small
the
screen.
bigger
all the
screens
pro
have
players.
latency issues.
All the
small
what?
screen. All the pro players.
Yeah,
Small monitors. Yep.
Yeah. Well, the bigger ones have latency issues too, so they're
Yeah.
the screen
They're-
refresh.
They have, but the Samsung, I have a Samsung, they have a gamer mode.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We have
Yeah.
a similar team.
But no, I mean the secret is one knowing the map.
Knowing
I
the
played
map.
it so much. Knowing the
Hand
maps.
cannons.
And what I do with my hand cannon is, you know, a lot of people stop, and they try to stop and just aim. I've got good at strafing, because you
What's
can't
strafing? Side to
Moving
side?
back and
moving,
forth.
shooting my
Which
gun
I'm
while
not
I
great
move
at.
side to side.
You
Oh,
get,
man.
you train. How did you learn that?
I mean, it's just
Yeah, it's just you learn to do
putting
it.
time in.
But also, you're good at jumping. I mean, you're just.
Yeah, don't you do jumping handgun shots like
Sometimes,
Icarus?
Yeah, I mean, I'll see
I don't
him
have
across the
Oh.
my
map.
hand cannon.
Dude,
but-
But you know where he's
I've seen you
deadly?
jump a lot though.
He's
is what I'm
deadly.
saying. You're jumping, boom.
Well, because
boom.
what
you know what I'm
I've
saying? I
been-
I'm like, it's
what I've
confusing
been
me.
doing- what I've
I don't
been
know what
doing-
he's doing.
what
I'm
I've
like, how do
been-
you do that?
What I've
Bro,
been
you be
doing.
jumping.
You know what I'm talking about.
What
man.
I've been doing recently though is I've been using Bones of AO, and then I put better
Because
control.
you can triple. You can triple.
Because I
Triple,
you,
boom, boom,
you can
boom.
get 4 if I have triple jump on, it gives you a 4th one. But I do the better control, so it makes it's triple jump, but I get more
Too
distance.
late now.
Well, I will
So
say, but more than that, but more than
It's too
triple
late for
jump
you.
and
Does
all
it
that,
matter?
Yeah.
he's the deadliest
10
with
minutes.
his golden gun. I mean, he almost never misses a shot. with that.
Dude,
I
it's
hate
his
you.
mom, dude. I think his mom sounds very
At least
nice.
Stevie agrees with me. I mean, it's a little creepy.
With that.
Yeah. Now, how do you know? Like,
That's the one that.
do you study the
Which
radar?
I can't stand it, because I got my golden gun.
Yeah, I
everywhere
know,
right here.
you-
And I'm like,
you're
pow, pow, pow.
Like,
Your golden gun's different than
What's,
his.
what's hard? What's
Yeah,
hard about?
I have a copper gun.
Yeah.
What's hard about golden gun is you don't get like a lot of supers. You get a speed buff. Like if you're a storm caller,
Oh yeah.
your speed, so you
You're
can catch up
faster.
to people.
Nah, you're still-
golden gun, you can't.
You just
So
run
what I
around
do
hard.
is I read the radar and I see
Right,
if there's a blip
yeah.
there, and I make sure they're in a spot that's open. So even when they hear that gun go off, even if they're running, I know where they're running to, because I just in the mind of the player, I know where
it's
they're
almost
going.
like he's fortune telling because I've seen him and he'll jump and shoot as the guy's coming out.
I'll
So,
pop
like-
my super while
yeah.
I'm in the air
Yeah.
because I'll jump, and they at that time I don't have my super pop. But while I'm in the air, I'll pop the super. By the time they hear it, it's too late.
It's
I'm already
disorienting.
hitting.
They don't
I'm already
know.
hitting.
They have to figure out, where's this jump coming
It's
from?
timing.
And it's
It's
too
timing.
late.
Right, because you can hear.
Right.
That's one thing too, because you can hear the supers and
Yeah.
people just run away.
Yeah, that frightens them.
That's why you got with the
Yeah.
golden gun. You got because people that pop it and just expect people to be, they're not going to be there. I'm going to run away from it. Or if I'm playing a
But
small
golden
map-
guns, but golden guns one of the.
OP.
If golden gun's not the most powerful,
OP.
it's got it's like
Stormcaller.
the most part. No, because golden gun still beats stormcaller.
Yeah, you can shut down a
Yeah,
Stormcaller.
one shot, Stormcaller's
done.
gone. Nova Bomb's better than Stormcaller because
No.
if a Stormcaller, if you
But-
pop a Nova Bomb with a Stormcaller, they're gonna die.
But the thing is here.
It's a habit.
Shut
It's
beats
one.
everything.
You're
Shut down.
assuming
The
that
Stormcaller
everyone's got their
lasts so
super
long.
pop. That's not how it works in the game. In the game, when a super's popped, most of the time people don't have their super. If no one has their super and you got a Stormcaller in 1v6, I've done it. You can go in and wipe out the entire team. I have enough time,
It depends
and
on
the
the map,
super's still
though.
going.
Yeah.
The super's still going. I can still
Was it seventh
go to the
pillar?
other side of the
Seventh
map
pillar.
Right.
and kill him again. And the thing is, Stormcaller has
Yeah.
blink. There's been
You're
so
right.
many times
Where you
that I've
disappear.
missed them because they'll blink. The blink isn't a normal
I just don't like
blink.
the
It's like
length
a,
of Stormcaller.
Yeah.
It feels like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
on for 7 years.
and it does,
Like,
and you get more kills with it.
it's
Golden
like
gun,
literally, they'll be like, I'll be like, it's like 2 games. I'm dead 3 times.
You
they still
have a
Seventh pillar,
damage,
bro.
you have a damage,
You see
and you
that?
have a recovery buff. So as a Stormcaller, even if you're getting team shot, it takes forever to get that fucker down. Golden gun, you don't get a buff. If someone shoots you and if you get
Well,
team
that's
shot,
also
you're
a one
dead.
shot kill.
You know, it's a one shot kill and it's good, but it's very situational. You got to do it at the right time.
This is a
Stormcaller,
good
I
place.
can just do it and fucking go.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Stormcaller's
I've
the
died
only-
many times.
Yeah, I can't even get one kill with the Stormcaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Some
I'm
guys
saying all
hide it,
this.
boom,
Bro.
Yeah.
shoots me in the
I've
tummy
seen
and I'm
shotgun.
dead.
I've
That's
seen
what
some
I'm
of the
saying.
craziest
And I'm dead.
multi-kills because of Stormcaller. Was
Yeah.
it 7th pillar, 7th column? Which where you kill 7?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
In
All you do is
in
Stormcaller.
skirmish, there was a time where I used before they nerfed the Stormcaller time a little bit. It's still ridiculous, but when it was ridiculously high, I killed an entire team. They respawned on the other side of the map, and I went to the other side of the map and killed them again
With the Stormcaller?
in one super. So,
So
like,
they need to buff that, dude.
Yeah.
That's
the buff, they
ridiculous.
need to
All right,
nerf-
well,
they-
hey,
I mean,
nerf-
nerf it. They need to
Yeah.
nerf it.
Let's table it. That was episode
We're
4.
done?
Yeah, that was 4.